be kind, it's a very good sign. Cruel to be kind. People ask me why I never find a place to stop and settle down.
Do you remember 1979? Disco ruled America. Radios were playing everywhere, and some songs became overnight sensations. But behind every song was a story. Dreams that suddenly came true, moments of sudden fame, and artists who nearly disappeared after just one hit. Today, let's travel back to 1979 and discover 15 one-hit wonders that only those who lived through that era truly remember. You may recognize one of these songs and remember an entire part of your youth. Number 1. Lotta Love, Nicolette Larson. Do you remember the feeling when a gentle song played during a time when disco was dominating America? In 1979, Lotta Love by Nicolette Larson brought a completely different color. The song was originally written by Neil Young, but it was Larson's clear, warm voice that turned it into a special hit. The song reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the most beloved soft rock songs of the time. Behind its success was a blend of country, pop, and adult contemporary music that was perfectly suited for FM radio. Lotta Love is still remembered because it brings back a gentle, romantic, and deeply nostalgic America of the late 1970s. It's gonna take a lot of love. Number 2. Just When I Needed You Most, Randy Van Warmer. There are songs that only need a few opening notes to make listeners remember a love that is already past. Just When I Needed You Most by Randy Van Warmer is one such song. In 1979, while America was immersed in disco, funk, and new sounds, this sad ballad unexpectedly won over millions of listeners. The song reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming Van Warmer's biggest hit of his career. Interestingly, the song was written after his girlfriend left him, making the story and the lyrics feel painfully real. To this day, the song is still remembered for its simplicity, loneliness, and emotion that almost anyone who has ever lost someone they loved can understand. Number 3. Cruel to Be Kind, Nick Lowe.
You say your love is modified, but that don't coincide.
In 1979, America was changing rapidly. Disco still dominated the dance floors, but new wave and power pop were beginning to make their way onto the radio. Then, Nick Lowe appeared with Cruel to Be Kind, a cheerful, catchy, and energetic song. The song reached number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became Lowe's biggest hit in America.
Cruel to be kind, it's a very good sign. Cruel to be kind.
Interestingly, the song had been co-written by Lowe and Ian Gaume years earlier, but it did not truly explode until 1979. The fun imagery in the video helped make the song stand out even more. Cruel to Be Kind is still remembered for its easy-to-sing melody, optimistic spirit, and sense of freedom that was so characteristic of late 1970s music. Number 4. Born to Be Alive, Patrick Hernandez. If there was one song that could make all of America want to get up and dance immediately, it was Born to Be Alive. In 1979, disco was at its peak, and Patrick Hernandez created one of the most energetic melodies of the era. The song became a massive international hit and reached the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 in America. What was special was that Hernandez was almost defined by this very song, a success so great that it became inseparable from his name. With its powerful bass, addictive repetitive rhythm, and the line, "Born to Be Alive," the song quickly became a symbol of the dance floor. It is still remembered because it perfectly represents the energy, confidence, and disco spirit of 1979.
It's good to be alive, to be alive.
Number 5. Knock on Wood, Amie Stewart. What do you get when a classic soul song is transformed into an explosive disco hit? In 1979, Amie Stewart answered that question with Knock on Wood. This was originally a famous song by Eddie Floyd, but Stewart's version brought it to an entirely new generation. The song reached number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the most notable disco tracks of that year. The powerful arrangement, driving drums, and Stewart's energetic voice made the song almost impossible to sit still to. Knock on Wood is still remembered because it is a perfect example of how late 1970s disco could transform a classic soul song into a vibrant dance floor hit. Number 6. Making It, David Naughton. In 1979, the dream of becoming a star was an important part of American culture, and Making It by David Naughton seemed to be created for that very dream. The song reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of the most memorable hits of the disco era. Naughton was better known as an actor, but the song brought him onto the music charts. The image of David Naughton in a shiny satin jacket on the record cover and television programs became an icon of the disco era. Making It is still remembered for its optimistic melody, lyrics about ambition, and the feeling that anyone could become a star if they dared to pursue their dreams. Number 7. Come to Me, France Jolie. In 1979, disco did not belong only to established stars. One of the most unexpected stories was the arrival of France Jolie. When she was still only a teenager, she made a strong impression with Come to Me. The song reached number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became a notable disco hit. What made the song special was Jolie's mature voice, which sounded far beyond her actual age, combined with energetic and seductive music. She quickly became a favorite at clubs and on radio stations. Come to Me is still remembered because it brings back the late 1970s disco era, a time when a young singer could step onto the stage and conquer the entire dance floor. Number 8. Video Killed the Radio Star, The Buggles.
And you remember the jingles used to go.
Perhaps no song spoke more powerfully about the changing world of music than Video Killed the Radio Star. Although it was released in 1979 in the United Kingdom, the song became a special symbol when MTV launched in America in 1981. The Buggles told the story of a world where new technology was changing the way people listened to and watched music. The song later reached number 40 on the Billboard Hot 100 in America. Interestingly, it became the very first song played on MTV. Because of that, Video Killed the Radio Star was not just a song, it was a historic moment. People still remember it because it accurately predicted the music video revolution that was about to change the entertainment industry. Number 9. Ring My Bell, Anita Ward. In 1979, all it took was the opening drum beat of Ring My Bell for listeners to know they were about to enter a disco dance floor. Anita Ward suddenly achieved one of the biggest successes of the year when the song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Interestingly, the song was originally written with the idea of giving it to a young singer, but Ward ultimately became the one to perform it. the catchy disco music and confident vocals turned the song into a sensation. Ring My Bell is still remembered for its instantly recognizable melody, addictive repeating chorus, and party atmosphere that was so characteristic of 1979. It is one of those songs that makes listeners almost unable not to move along with the beat. Number 10. Pop music, M. Pop music sounded like a prophecy about the future. In 1979, while America was still debating disco, rock, and new sounds, the band M created a song that sounded almost unlike anything else on the radio. The song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the most unusual hits of the year. The music combined pop, disco, electronic sounds, and new wave, creating a feeling that was both modern and strange. Behind the song was an idea that both satirized and explored the world of pop music, which was increasingly being shaped by technology. Pop music is still remembered because it predicted the sound of the 1980s and proved that sometimes the strangest song can become the biggest hit. Number 11. Driver's Seat, Sniffin' the Tears. Some songs do not need to reach number 1 on the charts to become timeless. Driver's Seat by Sniffin' the Tears is a perfect example. In 1979, the song reached number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 with energetic guitar sounds and a unique feeling of freedom. Many listeners could imagine a drive down the highway, the radio turned up loud, and the future wide open ahead. The distinctive guitar and unique vocals made the song easy to recognize from the very first seconds. Driver's Seat is still remembered because it is connected to the spirit of freedom in late 1970s America. Long roads, automobiles, and the feeling that life was in your own hands. Driver's Seat. Number 12. Good Times, Chic. In 1979, Good Times by Chic was not just a disco hit, it was one of the most influential songs in the history of modern music. The song reached number 1 on the Billboard R&B chart and the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Bernard Edwards created one of the most famous bass lines of all time, while Nile Rodgers brought sophisticated funk guitar to the track. But the influence of Good Times went far beyond disco. The song's bass line and rhythm later became the foundation for many early hip-hop records, especially Rapper's Delight. Good Times is still remembered because it did not just represent the disco era, it opened the door for an entirely new musical culture to enter the 1980s. Number 13. Rapper's Delight, The Sugar Hill Gang.
To the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang.
In 1979, something completely new happened on American radio. Hip-hop stepped out of street parties and onto the pop music charts. Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang made that happen. The song reached the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the first commercially successful rap songs.
From sun to sun and from day to day, I sit down and write a brand new rhyme.
The music used the famous bass line from Chic's Good Times, creating a rhythm that millions of listeners instantly recognized. What made the song special was that it brought MCing and hip-hop culture to a mainstream audience. Rapper's Delight is still remembered because it marked a historic turning point. For the first time, rap proved that it could become an important part of the American music industry. Number 14. Music Box Dancer, Frank Mills. In the middle of a 1979 filled with disco, funk, and electronic sounds, Music Box Dancer by Frank Mills won over audiences with an almost wordless piano melody. The song reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the most beloved instrumental songs of the era. The story behind the song is also quite interesting. At first, it was not expected to become a major hit, but after being widely released, its simple and emotional melody quickly spread. The sound of a music box made listeners think of childhood, memories, and peaceful moments. Music Box Dancer is still remembered because it proved that sometimes a melody does not need lyrics to tell a complete story. Number 15. Heaven Knows, Donna Summer and Brooklyn Dreams. If disco was the sound of America in 1979, then Donna Summer was one of the defining voices of that era. Heaven Knows, recorded with Brooklyn Dreams, delivered a disco track filled with emotion and energy. The song reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and further confirmed Summer's status during the peak of her career. The combination of Donna Summer's powerful voice and the male backing vocals created a special sound that was both romantic and energetic. In 1979, as dance floors across America filled with lights and music, Heaven Knows became part of that moment. The song is still remembered because it represents a brilliant, confident, and truly unforgettable era of disco. And that brings us to the end of our journey back to 1979, a time of disco, radio, and unforgettable melodies. Some of the artists on this list may have had only one major hit, but their songs left behind memories that have lasted for decades. Which song took you back to your youth? Share it in the comments. We would love to hear your story. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can join us as we discover more memorable one-hit wonders from those incredible years. See you in the next video!